Spider-Man Brand New Day has been out for a few weeks, so I think it's time I share my real thoughts on it. I'm a big Marvel fan, but sometimes it takes me a little while to come down from the hype of a new release and form my actual opinion on a Marvel movie. Hands down, this is the best direction and cinematography in a live-action Spider-Man movie. This movie easily features the best web-swinging sequences. There are just so many unique POVs and aerial shots that make it so much more immersive than previous Spider-Man movies. Destin Daniel Cretton does a phenomenal job of aligning the audience with Peter Parker's point of view. He uses a lot of handheld camera, and I think that makes for a much more visceral experience. You feel like you're with Peter in every space. And it makes sense that he would do that because of all the changes Peter Parker is experiencing. I also just love how New York this film is. And although you get the typical Marvel dialogue, it doesn't over-explain. I found this movie actually used visual language to let the audience put the pieces together themselves. My favorite part about this movie is that it's the most grounded and emotional Spider-Man we've ever seen. It easily features the best performances by Tom Holland and Zendaya in these roles. Their chemistry together and with Jacob Batalon is just so endearing, and it almost made me cry at some moments. I also just love how much we see Tom in his Spidey suit. He was actually reminding me of Andrew at some points. However, this movie isn't without its issues. It's very overstuffed. Going into this, I was most worried that Spider-Man would be overshadowed by other heroes. I originally thought Hulk was going to be used too much, but he was only in a fraction of the film. And I must say, I loved the Spider-Man and Punisher relationship a lot more than I thought I was going to. I need more ASAP. My biggest issue after sitting with the film for a bit is Marvel's effort to get the audience excited for X-Men. And why is that a bad thing, you may ask? It's not necessarily, it just depends on how you do it. Don't get me wrong, I found Jean Grey very interesting in this film, and I thought Sadie Sink did a great job. But all I'm thinking about during the climax is, oh my gosh, how are they going to do the X-Men? By the time they do her backstory and she's all tied up at damage control, it's honestly pretty easy to forget it's a Spider-Man movie for a hot minute. I keep trying to pinpoint plot lines that I'd want to cut, but I feel no matter where you trim, Jean Grey completely overshadows Spider-Man in his own movie. But on the other hand, if you cut down on Jean Grey's origins, you risk leaving her underdeveloped or the lack of an emotional payoff. As much as I love these big events and bringing everything together, part of me wants the Spider-Man movies to focus on smaller potatoes. Now, just to reiterate, I still really like Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's just frustrating to finally get the street-level Spider-Man we've been asking for, and then have him sidelined in the final act by the agenda of the MCU machine. But I don't know, maybe we'll get it in the next one. It's a brand new day, isn't it?